On the news tonight, Governor Soludo receives accolades for providing leveling playing grounds for candidates in this year's general elections. INEC urges youth to elect credible leaders in the forthcoming polls. CBN cash withdrawal limit policy commenced throughout the nation. On the foreign scene, global leaders express worry over pro-Bolsonaro's protests in Brazil. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Evening News. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has been commended for providing equal opportunity for all candidates in the forthcoming general elections. A caller from Enugu State identified as Oke Anekwe during the phone-in program on ABS Political Roundtable extolled Governor Soludo's ideology, which offers a level playing field for all the candidates, regardless of party affiliation, to sell their manifestos in the state-owned electronic media, the first of its kind. Other callers urged politicians to imbibe issue-based campaign culture and take advantage of the magnanimities of Governor Soludo's leadership quality, and as well plead with the electorate to vote wisely to usher in credible leaders. The Zenith Labour Party candidate for Dunukofia, Njikoka, Nocha Federal Constituency in the 2023 general elections, Chief Valentine Anyika, who featured in the maiden edition of the program, promised to ensure better representation legislation if elected. Chief Anyika spoke on his passion for good laws that will provide or improve the welfare and security of his constituents, as well as provide them with more dividends of democracy. Chief Anyika, who expressed confidence in the ability of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct credible election, expressed the hope that vote buying and other election irregularities should be tackled with more stringent measures against them. Anambra youths have been called upon to leverage on various opportunities and platforms created by Governor Chukwuma Soludo's led administration for them to become self-reliant, progressive, and meaningful engaged. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra State Small Business Agency, ASBA, Sir Clement Chukwuka, made the call during the maiden edition of Umweze Awaji Youth Summit held at Umweze Village Hall in Sofia, Agwata local government area. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports that the summit was organized by Umweze Progressive Youth Forum in Sofia. His report.
In his lecture on assessing and utilizing government opportunities in business, Sir Clement listed some of for Anambra youths, such as skill acquisition, moral reorientation, destiny reawakening, and access to finance. He further disclosed that some of the platforms created for the youths to engage themselves towards effective entrepreneurial activities in a quest for a livable and prosperous venture in the state are through One Youth, Two Skills Program, Talent Hunt and Development, and Anambra Digital Tribe Program, among thanking the Solution Government for the various projects towards youth development. The ASBA boss asked the youths to discover their talents and maximize the opportunities, and reminded them of the diverse opportunities they can develop themselves. Sir Clement also made provisions for assessing ASBA microcredit funds, such as provision of good business plans, formation of cooperative societies, and provision of suitable guarantors, among others, while revealing that the funds are nearly interest-free.
If they've got something doing, they'll be engaged. He begin to use the vigilante. He begin to bring the government to the grassroots. A lot of things are being done for them. You can see the Ministry of Youth Development that are training the youth, One Youth, Two Skills, and funding. That's what ASBA stands for. So it's only in Southeast, it's in Southwest, it's in the North, it's in Abuja. And the only way to bring it to the barriers minimum is to begin to engage the youths. Begin to provide jobs for them.
In a remark, the chairman of Umweze Village Union, Isuofia, Chief Chukwuka Nwafo, said that majorities of the youths do not have targets and vision in life as they make money daily but lacks proper management, charging the youths to key into the opportunities provided by the government for productive ventures.
And that is why even now, when I was ahead, I told my mom, but imagine in a situation, 2 or 3 or 5 or 10, as the case may be, when the same they are together, now join their resources together, making move forward. Imagine what it would look like. Have a golden opportunity.
Speaking, the Umueze Youth Chairman, Mr. David Ezokafo, said the motive behind the summit was to bring together youths of the village and get experts who can help them out with knowledge and ideas of assessing and utilizing government opportunities.
I charge all the youths from Umueze village to take serious the various training opportunities, programs of the present government who mean well and is out to ensure and fully the campaign promise of making them livable and prosperous.
Emmanuel Chiwata for ABS News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has challenged Nigerian youth to elect trustworthy leaders in the 2023 general election. The National Commissioner of the Commission in charge of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Mr. Festus Okoye, made the call in Oka, Anambra State, at the Commission's zonal engagement with identified youth group on the role of youth ahead of the 2023 general election, made it clear that from the electoral umpires' records, the youths hold the arc for the determination of the outcome of the 2023 election. Our political correspondent, Stella Iboka, was there in our report.
The INEC commissioner, who is also in charge of Southeast zones, explained that the youth engagement program was part of the commission's 14-point election schedule programs designed to ensure youth consciousness and inclusiveness in the electoral process, describing them as a force for democracy. He spoke on the potency and power of the PVC, which he said is the only determinant of their faith in leadership, urged them to use it right. Mr. Okoye noted that over a 1.4 million ad hoc election staff had been engaged by the Commission for the conduct of the 2023 general election and had secured an insurance policy for them against hazards of the election if there be a possible attack, but warned that the punishment for acts of electoral offense against electoral officers had been made stiffer in the current 2022 Electoral Act as amended than the provisions in the previous 2010 Electoral Act as amended. He therefore advised any ad hoc staff who might not be ready to resist the temptations of election rigging antics to withdraw from the exercise. Earlier, the resident electoral commissioner, REC, in charge of Anambra State, Dr. Queen Elizabeth Agu, while harping on the importance of the youth engagement program, regretted that some of the Nigerian youths are being used by unscrupulous elements who see them as mere tools to be manipulated for their selfish agenda during electioneering period, and highlighted the inherent dangers of such activities. In her goodwill message, the NYSC State Coordinator, Mrs. Blessing Iruma, through her representative, reaffirmed their readiness to partner with INEC for the successful conduct of the election, but called for adequate transportation, security, and improved welfare for corpers during their election ad hoc work. Most stakeholders who spoke, including the Director of the National Orientation Agency, Mr. Charles Mwoji, and the traditional ruler of Umueri, Igwe Ben Emeka, threw their weight behind INEC, promising to assist in ensuring the successful conduct of the general election through grassroots enlightenment campaigns and mobilizations. The event was attended by civil society organizations, youth groups, and NYSC members. I am Stella Ibuka, reporting for ABS News.
Agbani United Youth Forum has commissioned and handed over several infrastructural projects which they built for the community Obu in Orumbo North local government area. They also distributed foodstuffs to indigent people in Obu community. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike tells us more.
The group commissioned and handed over the projects to the community during their end of the year party and get together in Obu, Orumba North Council area of the state. The projects include a standard town hall, security post, grading and opening up of some of the major roads in the community, among others. Bags of rice and cartons of noodles were shared to widows, the less physically challenged persons in the community. While blessing the food items and projects to the glory of God, an indigenous priest, Reverend Father Arizo Okonkwo, described the youth forum as a positive group of like minds and said that their works for the good of mankind will never go unrewarded, and prayed God to continue to grant their heart's desire.
Amen.
Commending the Abani United Youth Forum for their decision to embark on community projects in Obu, the Transition Committee Chairman for Orumba North Council area, Sir Gochukwu Ekwueme, who spoke through his deputy, Mr. Henry Mado, described by the group as a proof for Akuruono, and expressed government's delight in partnering positive thinking organization in developing of rural communities, as according to him, the projects are immediate needs of the people and not politically driven, and asked others to follow suit. Commissioning the projects, a community chieftain, Chief Iva Chukwu Ekwego, recalled some of the challenges the community faced before the timely intervention of the group, saying that their choice of projects will immediately impact on every Onyeobu. For the chairman of the association, Mr. and Mrs. Tony Ebene, on behalf of the group, said that the evidence of the projects are the collective support of members of the group in ensuring that the community remains in the table of development way of celebrating their community. Some of the beneficiaries of the foodstuffs, Celestina Oji, Chidiebele Muoneme, John Opala, and Adobe Okeke, all expressed joy for the care and love received from the group and prayed God to continue to reward and protect their families.
Thank you very much, and may God bless all of you abundantly. In Jesus' name.
From Obu, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
The Umezunu Aguleri Unity Carnival is another event that lights up the beauty of Anambra State, and the show was basically organized to celebrate peace, love and unity between members of the community and to thrill the indigents of Umezunu and neighbors who came back to celebrate Christmas and New Year from far and near. The carnival, which usually begins with a rally around the town and a visit to Ama Ubugad, had its peak with colorful dance, wrestling, and display of the popular Ijele and Izaga masquerade. Correspondent David Indife completes the story.
In his opening remark, the host and the leader of Umwezunu World Forum and also the Deputy Chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria, Honorable Innocent Ndwanya, said the campaign was to restore peace, unity and understanding amongst the community members. Honorable Ndwanya, who disclosed this at the Ama Umwezunu in Enugu Aguleri during the second edition of the Unity Carnival organized by the Umwezunu World Forum, said the event, which was part of the youth-tide activities across the community, was initiated to foster development and consolidate on the peace process after 15 years communal conflict, which had left the community in crisis. Expressing his satisfaction with the turnout of people at the carnival, the chairman on the occasion, Chief Alex Igweze, explained that the display of the passion by the people showed total acceptance of peace and desire for development. Speaking on the overall motive of the carnival, Reverend Father David Ozemena, the parish priest of Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Teje, gave a talk on brotherhood as a panacea for development, advised members of the community to guide against envy and jealousy, even as they invest richly in their ward's education, and to always respond to the community call to contribute their quota in the community development. In their separate goodwill messages, the President General of Enugu Aguleri Community, Chief Emeka Okosisi, and the Chairman Umuezunu 2023 Unity Carnival, Honorable Christian Iwuno, equally expressed their pleasure with the event, saying it was geared towards bringing lasting peace, unity and progress in the community, and they prayed for a long life and prosperity and journey mercy for those who traveled from far and near to attend this year's occasion. Some important personalities who graced the occasion were traditional ruler Igwe of Enugu to Aguleri, Igwe Emmanuel Ejiofor, Chief Obi Nnatuanya, Chief Lawrence Ejike, Chief Ugu Nduanya, and the chairman of Umuezunu Youth, Honorable Ejike Telugwe.
Still to come on the news tonight, CBN cash withdrawal limit policy commenced throughout the nation. Global leaders expressed worry over pro-Bolsonaro protests in Brazil. Here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Stay with us.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a Peak Protein breakfast. Peak. Huge for you.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, you're watching ABS Evening News. The Central Bank of Nigeria's policy on restriction on daily cash withdrawal takes off across the country from Monday, January 9th. With this arrangement, the maximum weekly limit for cash withdrawal across all channels by individuals and corporate organizations is 500,000 and 5 million respectively. Individuals and organizations that have a compelling need to withdraw above the approved limits to transact legitimate processing fee of 3% and 5% respectively. It will be recalled that the CBN ordered Deposit Money Bank not to pay customers making over-the-counter withdrawal of new Naira notes again. The Assistant Commander General of the Nigerian Hunters and Forestry Security Service, NHFSS, in charge of technical services, Ambassador Chief Johnny Chukwudi Meche, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to, as a matter of urgency, sign the Hunter and Forestry Security Service Bill into law, saying it is a sure way of deterring terrorists and other criminal elements from using the forest to commit atrocities across the nation over people. Terrorists had on Saturday attacked a train station in Igwebe local government area of Edo State to Warri in Delta State and abducted scores of passengers who were waiting to board the train, while many others sustained various degrees of injuries. We have details.
incident on Monday, Chief Meshie told journalists in Abuja that it has become an urgent matter for President Buhari to sign the bill into law which would empower forest guards to bear an arm and protect farms and forests, as is in the case in many other countries. He recalled that both the Senate and the House of Representatives have passed the bill and transmitted same to the President, waiting for his assent, adding that one of the most effective ways to curb the menace of bandits and other terror activities is to recruit, arm and empower young men and women as hunters and forest guards to make it difficult for criminals to operate from the forests. Meshie, who is the African director of the International Association of World Peace Advocates, noted that when the bill is signed into law, the Hunters and Forestry Security Service will take over the protection and safeguard forests across the country. According to Meshie, who is also the Prime Minister of the Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU, one of the greatest gifts President Buhari would leave for his successor is to sign the bill into law, as such would make the fight against insecurity easier for the new administration. Meshie, who is also the President General of Umueri Community, said the police, the army and other security agencies would benefit immensely if thousands of young people are recruited across the state to protect the forests, as that would make their job of protecting the nation easier. He identified two other areas signing the bill into law would benefit the country as food security and employment, pointing out that prices of food items are on the rooftops because insecurity has forced many hunters out of the bushes and farmers out of the farms.
Now we have to go to the forest, we have to assist our farmers to secure them, to give them a conducive environment so they can be farming, and that will increase our food basket in our country. The federal government has a lot to do to empower and to make sure it equips the hunters as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're going to be facing a serious crisis in this country. Things like food shortage. So I'm expecting the Mr. President to do the needful as quick as possible so that we, the hunters, can get the job done and help in securing the community all over Nigeria.
Yearly, Mr. Ndubisi Ejiofor distribute food items as well as money to indigent widows, youths and middle-aged women in the spirit of Christmas celebration. Correspondent Justice Onyemaobi completes the story.
Mr. Ejiofor is the founder and president Fela Ejiofor Foundation, whose vision and mission is to give succor to the less privileged in the society through youth, women empowerment and community development. Speaking at the event held at Otolo Nnewi, Mr. Ejiofor derives joy in using his God-given wealth in helping the needy ones in the society, noting that for over 7 years, the foundation has empowered over 2,000 women and youths in skill acquisition. He prayed God to bless those that are receiving from him so that they in turn can also empower others.
This is about 6-7 years ago, and then we do this the same every year. When I come home, come and put the smile to the less privileged, people that need, like people doing like a petty business. We're going to give them some money to support the business, and then we're going to give the motherless baby as well.
Also speaking, the chairman, Abwaza Group, CEO Best Brain Contest, Honorable Frank Ibojindo, described the founder and president of the foundation as a lover of education who is currently partnering with them in Best Brain Contest, one of education in the state, and asked the beneficiaries to always pray for God's blessings upon the founder to enable him to do more.
Not just having money. You know, so many people have money, but the mind to spend it. Not everybody has that mind to spend it. So I encourage him to continue doing more. God will be blessing him. Giving out, God loves a cheerful giver. So as he gives to the widows, they will be praying for him, and he'll be going from strength to strength. And I pray that anywhere he got this money to do this, will never lack in Jesus' name.
In an interview, the secretary Fela Ejiofor Foundation, Mrs. Augustina Esone and Uchenna Aneto, said the empowerment and provision of succor carried out by the foundation is a way of giving back to the society, noting that it will go a long way in cushioning the effects of economic hardship on the people and reduce some expenses they may have incurred during the season. Also in an interview, some of the beneficiaries, Mrs. Nonye Anowai and Mrs. Maria Nnamchi, thanked the benefactor for caring for them and asked God to bless him with long life and good health.
Chineke gozie ye Chineke nyekwe mmaji kwuru mmaji Chukwu chebi ye nye ogologo ndụ na isi ike ka o wee nwee ike gbara ọsọ ndụ n'ọkwa n'ọrụ Chukwu ka ọ na-alụ
The event, which took place at Mr. Ndubisi Ejiofor's compound, Ebu Umuenem Otolonewi, featured presentation of a Caterpillar motorcycle and 50,000 naira cash to 2 indigent widows that will help them to start up petty businesses in order to improve their standard of living.
That's the size of our package tonight, but remember that you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main points again. Soludo has received accolades for providing leveling playing grounds for candidates in this year's general elections. INEC has urged you to elect credible leaders in the forthcoming polls. CBN cash withdrawal limit policy commenced throughout the nation. And we told you on the foreign scene that global leaders have expressed worry over pro-Bolsonaro's protest in Brazil. Before we go, here is a special message. Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thanks for being there. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. Good night.
One expert, reliable bookmaker with high odds.